Hello students, in this video we're going to be adding, subtracting, and multiplying polynomials. This should be review from Algebra 1. And we're going to start with adding polynomials, which basically just means combine like terms. So I've got this problem here. If f of x equals that and g of x equals that, then what is f of x plus g of x? So I'm going to start out by writing my problem. So f of x is x squared plus 3x minus 4, and I'm adding it to g of x, so plus negative 3x squared plus x plus 7. And now I just need to combine like terms. So I've got x squared and negative 3x squared that are like terms. So this, imagine there's a 1 in front of that. So 1 minus 3 is negative 2, so negative 2x squared. Then 3x plus x, and again, imagine a 1 in front of that, which is 4x. And then negative 4 plus 7, which is 3. So there is your simplified polynomial, in this case a quadratic. Now subtraction's pretty similar. The only thing we have to do is take a negative 1 and distribute that to everything in the polynomial that we're subtracting. So in other words, I'm going to start out like this. So x squared plus 3x minus 4 minus negative 3x squared plus x plus 7. You do need these parentheses around what you're subtracting because you're subtracting the whole thing. Otherwise, you'd be subtracting this and then adding everything else. And that's not what we want. Now, some kids are good at really kind of like distributing a negative sign, but with other kids, I've found it helps to actually write it like this. So x squared plus 3x minus 4, and then plus negative 1 times the second one. And you get the same result either way. But some people find it easier if they've written it like this to not forget to distribute. So either way, you're going to either kind of distribute the negative sign, so to speak, or you're going to distribute this negative 1. Oops. So you'll end up with x squared plus 3x minus 4. And then either way, you'll have plus 3x squared minus x minus 7. So whichever way you wrote it, this is what you're going to have next. And then from that point, you just combine like terms. So I've got x squared, 3x squared, which makes 4x squared. 3x plus negative 1, remember that's a negative 1, x, which is 2x. And then negative 4 plus negative 7, or minus 7, is negative 11. So there is your difference. And on the inside, what I've got are two different ways to multiply. If you learn FOIL in Algebra 1, then this is basically FOIL. I've just got a trinomial here instead of another binomial. So it's got 3 terms, 1, 2, 3, instead of 2 terms, 1, 2. But it's going to be the same deal. So I'm going to multiply 2x minus 3 times 3x squared plus 5x minus 1. So the first thing I want to do is take that 2x and multiply everything in the second polynomial by 2x. So I'm getting 2x times 3x squared. 2 times 3 is 6. X times x squared is x to the third, because you got x times x times x, that's 3. Then 2x times 5x, 2 times 5 is 10. X times x is x squared. And then 2x times negative 1, so negative 2x. Now again, just like on the front, you don't have to put plus negative, you could put minus 2x, up to you. Whatever works for you. Now I'm going to go ahead and just copy this down to the second step so I can continue. Okay, so I just rewrote that, that's all I did. Pause it, pause the video if you need to. Now I'm going to take the -3 and multiply everything in the second factor by that. So 1, 2, 3. All right, so -3 times 3x squared. So -3 times 3 is -9, and then x squared. -3 times 5x is -15x, and -3 times -1 is +3. So that's what I got so far. Got everything multiplied out. Then I just need to combine like terms to simplify it. So my only x cubed is this one, so 6x cubed. Now I've got 2x squareds happening here. So 10x squared minus 9x squared leaves me with just 1x squared. And I don't need the 1, but you can put it if you want. And then I've got -2x and -15x, which gives me -17x. And again, you can write it as plus and negative, your choice. And then finally, +3. So there is my product. Now for the second method, the box, I have seen, so far this is what kids seem to like better. I've given you the same problem, so we can make sure we get the same answer. So you kind of set it up like lattice, which you may have learned in elementary school to multiply numbers with. You take one of your numbers and put it down the side, and the other, or polynomial rather, along the top. And then you just kind of multiply it as if it's a times table, each box, like that. So 2x times 3x squared is 6x cubed, just like it was above. 2x times 5x is 10x squared. And 2x times -1 is -2x. And then -3 times 3x squared is -9x squared. -3 times 5x is -15x. -3 times -1 is 3. Okay, so I've multiplied each pair in the boxes. Yay, did it. Now I'm just going to take all of these terms and write them out. And I'm going to put plus signs between them. 6x to the third plus 10x squared plus -2x plus -9x squared plus -15x plus 3. Now the nice thing about this method is that your like terms are almost always going to be along the diagonals like this. So you could skip this step and go directly to combining like terms. Depends kind of how comfortable you are with the method. I wouldn't do that the first time you've done this. So I'm going to go ahead and combine. So I've got 6x cubed. And then my x squareds, 10 minus 9 is just 1x squared. And then I've got my x's. So -2 and -15 is -17x. Again, you can put plus negative if you prefer. And then at last, my constant, plus 3. So there's my product, same one, using the second method. And we'll do a bit more in class, and it does not matter to me which method you use. You just pick whatever is easier for you. Thank you for watching.